What's up? Welcome to More AJ. I'm AJ Moore, and today I'm going to show you how I make my sea moss gel. I get my natural sea moss from my local Caribbean grocery store. And one way you can tell that your sea moss is real, because yes, there is fake sea moss out there, is by looking at the discoloration. It's usually discolored. And in addition to the discoloration, you will find that it has a lot of settlement in it. So you'll see seaweed, rocks, sand, and God knows what else. But it is it's dirty. Yeah, so you want to make sure that your sea moss gets cleaned thoroughly by rinsing it. I can't tell you how many times to rinse it, but I know when I do make my sea moss, I rinse it 11 times. Okay, so basically you want to rinse it enough to make sure that that settlement is gone, because you don't want that. You don't want that settlement inside whatever you're using your sea moss gel for. I typically use my sea moss gel for smoothies. So of course I don't want that grit in my smoothie, and I certainly don't want to see seaweed in my smoothie. So I take the time to rinse it very well. I massage it, make sure that all the sand and dirt comes out of it. So right now I'm going through the process of rinsing. And like I said, I am pretty much an OCD type personality, so I will rinse this thing so many times, over and over and over. And you can see stuff is still coming out of it. So it helps to massage it between your fingers to get whatever is stuck on the sea moss off. So that's a good thing. Just massage it and rinse, massage it and rinse. Continue to rinse over and over and over again until you feel satisfied that your sea moss is clean. You see, now after all that rinsing, there is still settlement in the bottom, dirt and sand. So of course I'm gonna go ahead and continue to rinse it even more, because that I do not want to see. Okay, so after all that rinsing, this is kind of how it's gonna look. It's so much different from the way we started, right? Look how dirty that is compared to what it looks like after you rinse it. So I'm gonna rinse it a couple more times. Even though it looks pretty good, I'm just gonna do it a few more times just to ensure that it's really clean. Okay, so now that the rinsing is done, I'm going to add some spring water, just enough spring water to cover the sea moss. So the next thing I do is add some fresh lemon or lime juice. I prefer lime juice or key lime juice, but today I'm all out of those, so I'm gonna have to use the lemon, which is fine. Lemon works too. And the reason why I do that is because it kind of takes away some of that ocean smell and taste, and it gives it a fresher taste overall when the gel is completed. So now I'm just covering it up and leave it on my counter overnight. That's it. So the next day, you'll find that your sea moss kind of swells a little bit. And the spring water that I put in there also, during the overnight process, it begins to gel up a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove my lemons from the bowl. Excuse me. Remove my lemons from the bowl and then pour the contents of the bowl into my blender. Now it's time to blend. Now during the blending process, you want to make sure you blend it long enough so that it's nice and smooth and almost creamy, has like a creamy texture. And then you take that and you pour it into a plastic container, simple plastic container. I believe that's a 2-quart container. I'm not exactly sure, but I think it's 2 quarts. And then pour your contents of the blender into your bowl or into your container. And that's it. It's very, very simple to do on your own. What I've done is I put it in the refrigerator overnight. There you go. There is the sea moss gel. It turns into pretty much a solid, and it's pretty firm. It's not gonna fall out or anything like that. The texture is pretty firm. So what I do is I use my sea moss gel to make smoothies, and I'll use 2 nice heaping tablespoons of the gel into my blender. So next I'm adding some dark cherries, pineapple, and strawberries, 3 of my favorite smoothie ingredients. Now I'm adding my 2 ripe and ready bananas. 99.9% of my smoothies will have bananas in them because bananas provide a whole heap of potassium, which helps with your blood pressure, and it also adds a creaminess to your smoothie. So I always have bananas on hand. Now my base for my smoothie is usually one of 3 things, or all 3. It's gonna be either spring water, coconut water, or oat milk. So in this instance today, I'm using coconut water and some oat milk, some type of non-dairy milk. So I'll use oat milk, I have hemp milk, I use cashew milk, and it adds a little bit of flavor to it. I like that oat flavor. I love the hemp milk too. Hemp milk has a really good nutty flavor. And I like my smoothies kind of on the sweeter side. So I'm gonna add some organic honey. So now I'm going to blend all this goodness up, and in less than a minute, I'm gonna have a nice, delicious, creamy, nutritious smoothie. My glass is ready, and And my smoothie is done. Yes. I can smell it. It smells so sweet and it's so creamy. This is going to be so delicious and nutritious. I'm going to drink some now. And then I'm going to save the rest for later. This smoothie is so refreshing and delicious. And trust me, you don't even taste the sea moss. It is so good. Cheers. Till next time, more life, more love, and more laughs.